Welcome to the lecture series on criminology. My name is Dr. Anish K. Rajan, Assistant Professor, Department of Forensic Science, Christian University. So today's topic is crime prevention. The definition for crime prevention refers to strategies and measures that seek to reduce the risk of crime occurring and their potential harmful effects on individual and society. It aims to reduce opportunities, causes, and motivation for committing crime. The concept is crime prevention focuses on stopping crime before it happens rather than reacting after it occurs. It involves a multidisciplinary approach, including law enforcement, education, community development, social welfare, and family system. Crime prevention is proactive, not reactive. It combines social, environmental, and situational approaches to reduce crime opportunities. The key idea behind crime prevention is prevention equal to addressing the cause of crime, not just the criminal. So, why do we have to have crime prevention? So, the first one is social need. It prevents harm to individuals and communities. So, promote a sense of safety and security. Second, reduces fear of crime, which improves quality of life. And the second one is economic need. It reduces cost of policing, court trials, and imprisonment, and saves public fund that can be used for education, health, and welfare for the public. Next point is moral and humanitarian need. It helps in rehabilitating offenders rather than punishing them alone. Encourages social responsibility and moral awareness. Then next, criminal justice efficiency reduces burden on police, court, and prison by minimizing crime rates, and promotes preventive and restorative approach or punitive actions. One example is community awareness program to prevent theft and cyber attacks. CCTV and street lighting reduce local crime opportunities. So, what are the different types or levels of crime prevention? So, there are mainly three types of crime prevention: primary, secondary, and tertiary. So, the crime prevention strategies are classified. The first one is primary crime prevention. Here, we aimed at preventing crime before it occurs by addressing the root causes and reducing opportunities. It focuses on the general population rather than specific offender population. The key features of primary crime prevention is it addresses social, economic, and environmental conditions that fosters criminal behavior, involves education, awareness, and societal reforms. For example, improving education and employment opportunities for youth. So, by the way, we can reduce crime committed by the youth because of unemployment. Another example is urban design with a better street lighting and surveillance. For example, a CCTV implementing better street lights and public awareness campaigns against domestic violence or drug abuse. So the goal is prevent criminal behavior from developing in the first place. So that is a main goal of primary crime prevention. Let's move on to the secondary crime prevention. It targets at risk group or individuals who shows early signs of criminal behavior or vulnerability, focuses on early intervention before crime happens. So the key features are actually identifying and supporting vulnerable populations such as dropouts, neglected children, or drug users, provide counseling, mentorship, and skill training for them. Some of the examples are counseling for youth in conflict with law, police community outreach in high crime areas, school intervention for students showing delinquent behavior, drug rehabilitation, and de addiction programs. These are some of the examples for secondary crime prevention. The goal is interrupt the potential pathway to crime. And finally, the tertiary crime prevention. Here we are focusing on mainly the offenders who have already committed crimes to prevent reoffending, recidivism. It aims at rehabilitation, reintegration, and aftercare. The key features are it includes correctional programs inside prison and community reentry support. It helps offenders reform and become a law abiding citizen. Some of the examples are education and vocational training in prison, probation and parole supervision, rehabilitation and employment programs for released prisoners, psychological counseling and behavior modification therapy. The goal is reduce recidivism and ensure reintegration of offenders into the society. Let's compare the primary, secondary, and tertiary crime prevention. So, when we look into the primary crime prevention, the target group is actually the whole society, and they focus on prevent crime before it occurs. Some of the examples are education, awareness, community policing. And when it comes to secondary crime prevention, the target group is at risk individuals or groups and focus on early intervention by providing counseling or mentorship or social support to them. And finally, tertiary. The tertiary is actually the target group is offenders, prevent reoffending, and rehabilitation. So here, prison reforms and reintegration, the examples are. So that's all about crime prevention. So we talked about primary, secondary, and tertiary crime prevention. Thank you.